What has happened in the real estate market in the last 30 days? The biggest news is that mortgage rates dropped from 6.8% to 6.1%, dropping payments by 7.5% across the board and reaching the lowest rate in over a year. This caused a wave of refinances, but apparently buyers need more than low 6% interest rates to jump in. There was a small uptick in purchase applications, but not as many as we were expecting or hoping for. This is a common phenomenon. While rates are actively dropping, it's human nature to wait and see where they end up before taking action, hoping to save even just a few extra dollars off a payment. Rates ultimately bounced and settled around 6.3%, and after 3 weeks of stability, buyer activity finally ticked up to a level better than the past 3 Octobers. So in terms of rates and activity, this October is better than October of 2024, 2023, and 2022. And here's the information that everyone wants to know about: home prices. Home prices have been dropping a little too. We have seen an average of 2.5% depreciation since May. So if the house was listed at $500,000 in May, the recorded sold price a couple of months later was probably $487,000. This new recorded price is making subsequent listings start there and so on until it stabilizes again. All those new listings that started in the late summer will probably sell in November and December, possibly at the lowest closing price recorded all year. Because right now, the average days on the market are 58 days for the Phoenix Metro and longer, like 102 days if you are in the outskirts of town where there's a lot of new home supply. So what I would recommend to sellers is between now and December, if you don't have to sell, don't even list your home at all. Wait until the spring. If you do have to sell, however, list now for the price that your house will likely sell for in December. So start at 2% below the market price. The biggest price declines are happening, not surprisingly, in the first-time homebuyer price ranges between $250,000 and $300,000. What you can buy is a small condo in the Phoenix Metro, and those have dropped 4.3% and are down 15% below the peak prices of 2022. Single-family homes in Pinal County between $300,000 and $400,000 are down 6.7%. Single-family homes in Maricopa County between $300,000 and $400,000 are down 2.9% from last year. All of this is happening while the overall median price measures is showing just a mild increase year over year for the metro area. Our median price right now is $450,000, and a year ago it was $445,000. This shows you how important is location, because there's different things happening in different areas of the Phoenix Metro. So stay with me because I'm going to tell you which areas are performing better and which areas are performing the worst. Seller pay concessions hit another high in the last 30 days with 56% of the MLS closings involving some form of closing cost assistance to the buyer at a median cost of $10,000, which often includes a temporary rate buydown. This has been a unique hallmark of this housing cycle for the last 3 years since rates skyrocketed in June of 2022. This is a tool typically used by builders to incentivize buyers that has been adopted by everyday sellers and lenders in the resale market in order to compete. As appreciation has been stunned for the last 3 to 4 years and values declining this year, the number of sellers who can shoulder the cost of these incentives may diminish going forward. Meaning, if it takes a home seller reducing their price by 2.5% and helping the buyer with another 2 to 3%, and also pay their buyer's agent's commission another 2 to 3%, that's already an almost 9% cut, not counting the other selling fees. So altogether, we're talking about 12 to 13% in seller fees just to sell your house in today's market. The amount of sellers willing or able to do that is diminishing. If lower prices, lower mortgage rates, and a high share of sellers' incentives isn't enough, seasonally, the fourth quarter is the best time to be a buyer in Greater Phoenix. Supply tends to rise before the holidays, but the rush of buyers doesn't start until the first of the year, usually. As a result, there's a last wave of price reductions. All those sellers that have been trying to sell for a few months now, they're giving it one last go to hopefully finish the year with a contract. So around mid-November, more specifically Thanksgiving week, which happens to be, in my opinion, the best week to get a deal as a buyer. You can get a better price, better negotiations, and incentives as sellers and builders aim to just sell that house before the end of the year. It's common for buyers to get caught up waiting for evidence that this is the perfect time. I'm looking for the perfect time to act. and delaying an affordable purchase in order to land some sort of unicorn price and mortgage rate. Real estate is typically a long-term investment. The longer one holds a property, the more equity is built, appreciation is accumulated, and risk of loss mitigated. This year has been a challenge for sellers and their agents, to say the least. But there are signs that things have gotten better. Lower mortgage rates and lower prices have stimulated demand in unexpected places. While Greater Phoenix remains in a buyer's market overall, the Northeast Valley, so Scottsdale, North Scottsdale, Fountain Hills, and Paradise Valley are strong sellers markets for the most part. Mild sellers markets are Anthem, El Mirage, Avondale, Chandler, Gilbert, Apache Junction, and Sun Lakes. Balanced okay markets include Phoenix, Glendale, Sun City West, Tolleson Mesa, and Tempe. And sad buyers markets are mostly on the edges and outskirts of town where there is a lot of new home development. They include Peoria, Sun City, Surprise, like far northwest Surprise, west of the 303, Goodyear, Litchfield Park, Levine, Buckeye, Gold Canyon, Santan Valley, Queen Creek, Maricopa, Arizona City, and Casa Grande. All those outskirts and remote areas are struggling buyers markets right now. The reason is these areas, again, are surrounded by new home construction and there's too many houses for the level of demand. And these areas are normally considered to have more affordable price points, and yet it is no longer affordable. $500,000 for a house or even $400,000 for a new house, that's not affordable. Let me know if you want me to tell you which builders are giving the craziest incentives right now. I have that information with me and we can go check out these houses. That's all for now. Everyone, please comment below if you like this market update. I hope this information was helpful, and until next time.